Hey everyone, Tony Winston, Jazz Piano College. Got a song I think would be good for beginners, Ain't Misbehavin', in I think it's New Real Book 2 that I'm in, and it's in the key of C. I'm going to take a look at the chords, but what I want to focus on today is rhythm. And I've, built my channel over the years almost to 100,000, pretty much by talking about harmony and very little about rhythm. And what I should do to try to get my next 100,000 would be to talk about rhythm. So maybe I'll do that. And that's the area of my playing, that I'm the weakest. My rhythmic ideas are few and far between. I don't really practice that way. When I analyze my recordings, I see that my rhythm is somewhat imprecise. I think we share a common problem, and that is keeping good rhythm when we play through these charts. And so I'm going to present something very simple here. Quarter notes. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? And of course, if we did that all the way through the song, it might be a little bit boring, so we are going to change it up at certain points. So anyway, let's get started. C sixth, A seventh, right? A seventh with a flat 9, and in a lot of charts, on this song, you'll see this diminished chord here as the second chord, then D minor. You could now really change the harmony here. I said this one was A7, which it is, but this, if you do the diminished here, it's not G7. All right, it's just a diminished chord that's moving up to a C6 chord. All right, smooth motion there. So you don't have to do the way I'm doing it. You could do this way. And play this rootless voicing for G7. There's the 7, the 3rd, and the 13. And I'll use that again in this song for the dominant chord. So it says E7, what does that say up there? Sharp 5, okay. And that's what the melody is. So just play an E7 here. Don't play the 5, because, the right hand is going to play the 5 here, a sharp 5. All right. Let's see. Here, just play the F minor like this, so you can get that melody in. Right? And here, let's just do that rootless G7, all right? Because it's the dominant chord, it's in the middle of a 2-5-1 more or less, a rootless voicing isn't going to throw us off. If we started this song with a rootless voicing like, it doesn't really sound like a C major, if you just plop it down there. It sounds more like E minor, All right, so second verse, same thing. So, okay, we'll go down to the C6 there, and then maybe we'll do something like this. A little rhythm there or something. Or maybe you could do something like this. All right, instead of playing a lot of rhythm down there, do a little something with your right hand. Now here, we're on the bridge. Let's just plop down a whole note. And then we'll get our rhythm started someplace along that line. And let's do the G like this. All right, I don't have the 6 in there yet, but just playing it with kind of a pedal tone on the bottom. Now, I kind of like to do this. that D in there for those 4 chords, and then put a G in for this one. All right, so get those 2 big pedal tones there. But if we were just playing some rhythm here, okay. And now the reason I think it's just good to keep a really good solid beat is I think there are many people that, can take a chart like this and work out the chords and the melody, but they lose beats here and there. They don't keep it nice and steady all the way through. So, put your metronome on. If you have one of those metronomes that goes, does 4/4 time, like a click, clock, 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 click, 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 one of those kind of things, then, you know if you've lost a beat or gained a beat. All right, so that's a useful thing if you have one. I don't have one. And then once you feel comfortable with that, your improvisations will start to take shape. I think one reason that so many people have a difficulty improvising is they lose the time as soon as they start to improvise. So by keeping this solid, now, that wasn't a world-class improv there, but I kept the time. That's the important thing. Keep the time going. All right. Of course, if you have like a little drum machine, or you can make a sequence with Band in the Box, or just make one up yourself on an electronic keyboard that'll remember, what you played. You can do that. And, I've been providing some tracks now for people to practice with. That's another good way of doing it. And the absolute best way, of course, is to play with real live musicians. Second to that would be like the really great Jamie Aebersold recordings to play along with, though you won't find too many that are geared towards beginners, a few. And then, like AI type things, like I've been using Band in the Box, which is really only good for practicing some basic concepts. It's not going to feel like you're really playing with a band. It will for a few minutes, but it kind of just stays like this, never goes anywhere. All right, enough blabber. I will see you all again very, very soon. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Hit that mash that like button. Making a lot of videos this weekend, so should have a few things coming out this week. Take care, everyone.